Happy Earth Month, friends. It is the best time of year for environmentalists and eco-activists, but let's not let our eco-habits stay in April. Let's keep them going all year long. So here are 24 ways that you can celebrate Earth Day in 2024. Let's go. Hello everyone, it's Emma and welcome back to my channel where we talk about all sorts of things, zero waste, focusing on free, easy, and fun ways to live low waste and practical ways to be an activist. And if I talk a little bit too fast for you, you can change the speed with the gear icon right down here. And if I talk at a good speed for you, you don't need to let me know. This is my 4th year in a row doing a video like this, so you can check out all of my past videos down below. They are all actually different, which is crazy that I found all these different ways to celebrate Earth Day. So you can take what you want from this video, take what you want from other videos. You can do one of these things, all 24 of them. You pick and choose how you want to celebrate Earth Day. First, this year is to upcycle something and turn it into a craft. Essentially, think before you throw away this Earth Day. Instead, see what you have and make an eco-friendly or Earth-themed craft. This is a fun idea for artsy adults and kids alike. You could turn old cardboard into canvases for paintings, old cans into organizers, scrap yarn into a new project full of life, and so much more. Get crafty and prevent stuff from going to the landfill. If you want to learn more about why it's important to not send stuff to the landfill because they're running out of space, you can check out this video. And some upcycled crafts that I have done in the past are turning old t-shirts into t-shirt yarn and crocheting them into a rug. I have reused sunscreen tins for organization. I filled old beauty containers with foraged rosemary oil. And I've turned fabric scraps into reusable tissues. You can check out all of those videos down below. This Earth Month / Earth Day, try a new zero waste swap, something that you've been putting off for a while. This could be something like composting, reusable toilet paper, a bidet, or something else. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't, but let this be your sign to try. And if you don't like it, you can try to rehome it on a place like Facebook Marketplace or your local Buy Nothing group. I've got some lists of advanced, beginner, intermediate zero waste swaps that I will leave linked above and below. I think the best way that you can celebrate the Earth, maybe this is an overstatement, that is to get your library card. Not only get your library card, but also use that library card to borrow eco-themed books and keep learning about the planet. Libraries are one of our only free resources left, especially in our capitalist society, so take advantage of that and let them know that you want their continued support. Not only are they free, but they're also low waste because it prevents hundreds, if not thousands, if not even millions, of books from being printed, published, and then discarded by people just borrowing them instead. Not only books, but also movies, games, magazines. There's also activities at the library. There's so much that your library offers. Another fun activity that you can get the kids involved in is going on a free little library hunt. This is different than an actual library. These are little houses that you probably have seen before in parks on the side of the road. You can donate books to these little libraries. You can take books from the little libraries. And there's a map that I will leave linked down below that you can actually go search for little libraries in your area. You could take a day driving around and finding them and getting some books for everyone. Similar to that is to declutter and donate your old items, whether that be to a free little library or something else. April is the perfect month to do some spring cleaning and resetting in your life, but since it's also Earth Month, we're going to do that in an eco-friendly way. I have some tips up here for eco-friendly decluttering that include, not throwing stuff away, thinking before you throw away, finding new ways to use your stuff. But at the end of the day, you can donate, you can sell, you can upcycle, you can recycle, you can give hand-me-downs, you can mend your items before throwing them away. And I also encourage you to seek out other means of donating than just Goodwill and the Salvation Army. Donating to these literal mega corporations are not that great for the planet actually, and instead you should seek out small local thrift stores or personally sell items. That way you know that it's going to a good home and won't end up in the landfill. If you have yet to go to a bulk store, try going to one this Earth Month. I'll even bet money that some bulk stores are running discounts this month. Yes, they're probably more expensive than you're used to, so just try one product or two and see how you like it. Can't operate without us, so show them some love this Earth Day to help support a small eco-friendly business. If you don't know that you have an eco-friendly store, a bulk store near you, you can use the EcoRate app. This app will actually help you find bulk stores in your area, or you can go to Google Maps and search things like zero waste store, bulk store, refill store, and things like that. Similarly is to support your local farmers this Earth Month in the form of a CSA, farmer's market, or even going into your grocery store and seeing if your grocery store has labels for locally grown produce. I know Sprouts does this. This is a great way to support the earth as well because small farmers are more likely to use environmentally friendly practices. They also don't travel as far, and they're probably also better quality for you because they're picked at peak ripeness. Speaking of land use, rewild your yard this Earth Month. I know it's a lot to ask. Americans love their clean, green, mowed lawns, but if you're not into that, rewild your yard this Earth Month if you're able to. I know what it's like to be a renter, not actually own the land that you're living on, and you can learn more about why lawns are so bad for the planet in this video. But here are a few ideas that you can do. First is to let the grass grow longer and stop mowing so frequently. This will help your grass survive both floods and droughts too. Remove any non-native plants and replace them with native ones. Plant pollinator-friendly flowers and encourage them to come visit. Ditch the fertilizer and herbicide and let the weeds return. They're not weeds either, by the way. They're native plants. We just see them as weeds because they're not straight, clean-cut grass. And also stop watering your grass. Your grass does not need to be bright green 24/7. It's okay if it's a little dull, if it's a little brown, because that's natural. Something else you can do with all that yard space is to start a garden this year. Not only that, but if you are starting a garden or if you are a gardener, try gardening organically this year too. Or at least ditch a lot of the harsh chemicals that you're putting on your crops. Of course, this is better for you, but it's also better for the planet because this stuff is toxic to our groundwater and our soil. Now, I know you probably don't want critters destroying your cabbages and your tomatoes, but there are other ways to protect your plants other than herbicide and pesticide. You can use bug nets. Ladybugs are a great way to control pests. You could put up a little fence to keep critters out. And if you want to start a garden you've never started before, I encourage you to use upcycled materials like old tires as plant beds, eco bricks, stuff like that. Use what you already have, just plant straight in the ground, because a bunch of new stuff like that can actually cause more harm than good. This Earth Month, try a vegan meal once a week, maybe even once a day. And that's because eating fewer animals is better for the planet, and you can learn more about that in this video. Hopefully I have enough cards left. I know it can be hard to quit your normal diet and switch, especially overnight. So instead, just do one vegan meal per week, one vegan day per week. Baby steps, and see if you can eventually cut out a little bit more of your animal products throughout your daily life. Okay, this year, I want everybody to care for their pollinators. Our pollinators are constantly at risk from pesticides, herbicides, urbanization, pollution. And without our pollinators, we don't eat. Literally. And caring for them looks a little bit different depending on the species because pollinators aren't just bees. It's moths, it's butterflies, it's other insects, it's bats. So one thing that you can do is to plant pollinator-friendly flowers to help attract them to the area that they can pollinate them and use them as food. Also, help them get water. Bees and other small insects are too small to land in even puddles sometimes and they will drown. So what you can do is set out a little dish, put some pebbles in there, and then fill it with water but not too full so that way they can stand on the little rocks and dip their little faces into the water and get a drink that way safely. You can also build bat boxes, and HOAs, I believe, can't even stop you from doing this, no matter how ugly it is, no matter what their rules say, because bats are protected. And also just simply let them be. Don't kill bugs. It's their home too. Back to books and education. Use your library card to get educated this Earth Month and read an eco book this month or watch an eco documentary this month, or maybe more than one. I have a full list right here. They're on my website that you can check out for my recommendations for books and documentaries. I'm sure this next one is what everybody thinks about when they think about Earth Day, and that is to join a cleanup, or you can just do one yourself on your own. If you're like me and you prefer to do things solo, you can just go out on a walk, take a trash bag and some gloves with you, and pick up trash on your walk. You could also do what I did in 2022, and that is to set a monthly goal. I originally set my goal to 2,022 pieces of trash, and unfortunately Las Vegas is so dirty, I easily exceeded that and picked up 10,000 pieces of trash in 1 month all by myself. So if I can do that, imagine what we could all do together this Earth Month. All the trash that we could pick up. I really recommend checking out Trash Boy on TikTok. I'll leave him tagged down below. His goal is to pick up 1 million pieces of trash with all of us combined. So if you pick up any trash, you can add that to his collective amount and reach that goal of 1 million pieces. Alternatively, if you want to get involved, you want to make friends, you want to go find a new place to volunteer at, you can join an existing cleanup. I would recommend going to Google and just searching trash cleanup near me, litter pickup Las Vegas, beach cleanup, San Francisco, wherever you are, whatever keywords you want to search. Similarly, if you don't want to pick up trash, but you still want to volunteer, find a volunteer organization to volunteer for this Earth Month. Maybe you want to plant trees, build trails, volunteer in an animal shelter or a food kitchen, whatever your heart desires. I'm sure there's a volunteer organization that's doing something that will interest you. This is also a great way to make connections, make friends, get your foot in the door, build your resume, and also just get inspired and inspire others. Volunteering is a particularly great way to give back to the planet and your local community if you don't have as much of a budget as maybe buying some swaps or donating your money. But alternatively, if you have money and you don't have time, consider giving your money to a local nonprofit this year. I say this one every year, and sorry if it's repetitive, but I really encourage everybody to go connect with nature this Earth Day, this Earth Month. I know it sounds cheesy and stereotypical, but I mean it. And I don't just mean go out on a walk. What I mean is go on a walk with intention of observing. Actually listen to everything. Listen to the birds. Listen to the different bird calls. See if you can distinguish the different bird species. Go look with your eyes and see if you can distinguish the different species of grasses, the different types of leaves on the bushes, the different types of flowers that you're seeing. I really like the Merlin app for birds and the Seek app for all animals and all plants. It really helps me to get connected to nature and get to know the plants and animals in my area. I find that this gives me a better appreciation for my animal and plant neighbors, more of a desire to protect the planet, so hopefully it does the same for you. This might be a big goal for a lot of us, but I encourage us all to try this on one day this month, and that is to go car-free for a whole day. If we could all give up our cars forever, that would be amazing, but in the US and other countries that don't have public transportation, that's a big ask, and it's probably not gonna happen. But what you can do is just try going car-free for one day. That could look like walking to the grocery store, biking to school, taking public transportation, hitching a ride with a coworker to work. And I think doing this just one day this month will really help you gauge how easy or how hard it is. If it's easier than you thought, maybe you can go car-free more often. But if it's very difficult for you, maybe you can find other ways to live an eco-friendly life besides just giving up your car. If I have cards, it'll be up here. If not, it'll be down below. 10 ways that you can boycott big oil without giving up your car. This Earth Month, Earth Day, sign petitions and call and write to your elected officials. I know it might seem pointless, but it truly does matter. Because imagine if every single person who signed every petition ever thought, I don't make a difference, my voice does not matter. Every single person who voted says, I don't matter, my voice doesn't matter. This action's too small to matter. Imagine if every single person did that ever. We would have no change. We probably wouldn't have the EPA. We probably wouldn't have stopped the Willow Project. We probably wouldn't have done this and that. We probably wouldn't have better recycling systems. Because enough people cared and said, my small actions do matter, we've gotten changes. And especially this year, it's an election year, so make sure you're registered to vote. Actually vote in all the elections, not just the main election in November. And also inspire others. Yes, it's great that you as an individual want to do this. You want to sign petitions, you want to vote, you want to call your elected officials, but tell your friends and family. Now 10 people will do it. Maybe those people will tell 10 more people. And you can really just see how one individual action might not seem like much, but when we all do it together, it has a really big impact. And leading into that, my next one is to spread the word and encourage others, not just about voting and writing to your elected officials, but about everything, about climate change, about litter cleanups, about volunteering for Earth Day. You can share climate news, creators, books, movies you recommend, and also leading by example. By showing up to all of your family gatherings with your reusable water bottle, that'll spark a conversation. By hosting a family gathering and only using reusable plates, that'll start a conversation and inspire people. The more educated that we all are about these topics, the more activists that we will create and the better activists that we will all become. Make this the day to finally switch your bank. If you didn't know, banks are not eco-friendly. And by that, I mean they're investing their money, your money, my money, into wasteful practices in order to make money. That's how banks make money, if you didn't know. A bank will take my $100 that I earned and invest it into oil and gas. They'll invest it into mining. They will invest it into wasteful practices because that's where they make a lot of money. They don't make money in green energy because banks have to make a profit somehow, and then you get your money back when you want it. Find a more eco-friendly bank to support and let this be your sign to do so. I plan on making a video about this in the future, especially if there's interest. If there is interest, let me know down below and I'll make it quicker. But for now, Get Mary Johansson has made a lovely video about this that you can check out down below. You can also let this be your sign to switch to green energy finally. Once again, I know this is not possible for everybody. Right now where I'm living at my dad's, there's only one electric option and it's fossil fuels. But when we were in Vegas, it was really, really easy to say, hey, we want to get on the solar grid, and they let us. I think we ran into some issues because we were renters, but it was super, super easy to do. So check it out in your area. It might be easier than you think. This year, calculate your carbon footprint to see where you can go and where you can make changes. I know the carbon footprint is a bit of a scam. It's actually a lot of a scam. If you didn't know, big oil made the carbon footprint. Yes, you can check out the full video about that down below. They wanted us to point fingers at each other, which we've done. Everybody has done that and said, you're the problem, you're the problem, you're the problem, and not, big oil's the problem. Fast fashion's the problem. Animal agriculture is the problem. So yes, it's problematic, but I still think that it's important. And I actually just found this app called Commons. I'll put some video up right here. It essentially will calculate your carbon footprint based on what you're spending, and it will help you make tailored actions to reduce your carbon footprint. So it's kind of like a diet plan or a workout plan, tailored specifically for you, but about your lifestyle and how you can make more eco-friendly changes. And I found that this is the easiest way to calculate your carbon footprint, as well as make active changes to lessen your carbon footprint instead of just trying to figure it out on your own. This year, join a tree planting campaign or plant a tree in your own yard if you're an owner. If you're a renter, you might be able to, but don't go planting trees willy-nilly. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't have a yard, you live in an apartment, you're a renter. What you can do is just join a tree planting event this Earth Day. It's a very popular thing to do on Earth Day with volunteer organizations, so just see if there's one near you. You can look up Tree Planting Columbus, Ohio, Tree Planting Ohio if you just want to drive anywhere in the state. Or if you have a yard, you can just plant one yourself, and always plant native species. This next one is a video topic that I need to talk about in depth, and that is the importance of shopping small. So shop small on Earth Day, all month long, and all year long. Please always shop small when possible. This was our goal in 2023 and now continuing on for forever. And it's so much more different than like going to a local boutique versus the mall. It also looks like going into Kroger because that's the only grocery store you have access to, and finding small family-owned brands within Kroger to give your money to. It also looks like maybe going to a family-owned grocery store, even if it's a chain like Meijer or Aldi, or maybe even going to a local family-run grocery store in your town. There are so many different levels in which you can shop small, so pick what works best for you, your budget, your time, your accessibility. But inherently, small businesses are going to create less waste than mega corporations. Especially if you find something truly like a small business, a local restaurant, the ingredients are probably more local, they're probably doing less shipping, less packaging. And honestly, it just feels so much better to give my money to a family than a billion-dollar company. And last for today is to start or join an environmental club or organization. If you want to get involved, if you want to make eco friends, this is a great place to start. If you're in high school or college, they probably have an eco club. If not, you can start one. Or this could also look like regularly volunteering at a nonprofit, or even joining an online community such as my page, other pages, and stuff like that. It's a great place for people to get involved, get in contact with like-minded folks, and build community and take actions. Again, yes, our individual actions matter, but they matter even more when they're multiplied by all of us. It's also important to have a community to talk to if you're feeling eco-anxiety or fall back on if you're struggling. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you feel inspired to take action this Earth Day, get involved, volunteer, and help make the planet a better place. Not only today, not only on Earth Day, but all year long, every single year. On any value in this video, you found it inspirational, you want to share it with others, please do. Please get others involved this Earth Month, and hopefully we can all get our families living more eco-friendly this year as well. Let me know below how you're going to be celebrating Earth Day, and if none of these tickled your fancy, you can check out the rest of my Earth Day videos down below. I'll be back here next week talking about why I actually hate Earth Day as an environmentalist. You don't want to miss that one. So subscribe if you haven't, like this video if you found any value in it. And again, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate your time, especially if you made it all the way to the end. I will see you in the next video. But until then, remember that your small actions make a big difference in the long run. Bye guys. But let's not let our eco habits stay in April. What was that? That was difficult. That was the intro. And this is your first Earth Month dedicating, I don't know, your life to the earth. That sounds really culty. You can even build bat boxes.